Hello everybody, welcome to another daily dose of gaming news and all that good stuff. And as always, Rumble has its issues at the moment, so it's something I cannot solve by myself. But yeah, I also post my things on the blogger site that I have, and also of course on Patreon for extra support if you can. Later today I will try to get around to publish the Evil Within episode. The last one that I did with, especially in the series, it's White Bastards, which is the final episode, so this series is complete. Afterwards, I will have to put this in the completed gameplay series. Pretty interesting. 17 episodes might seem a little bit short, but this is an indie game. Still, the way the gameplay loop of the thing is very interesting, and I kind of always like some kind of roguelikes. Even though I managed to get very lucky on the beginning and basically did the entire campaign with Allison, I think it's called the character, which is my fourth character, I think. So I basically lost 3 characters in the gameplay. Yeah, I don't know if I think I've got very lucky in managing to get her throughout basically all the since the second or third episode. But yeah, very interesting, and I enjoy it very much. And yeah, later we'll see about the Evil Within 2. I think I can manage that. And of course, at the moment, I will stick with these two. And I will try to study out a proper schedule, or a better schedule for me. I might want to keep this schedule until I finish the Evil Within 2, and then continue with 2 gaming series, sorry, being at the moment XCOM 2, which is going to be a very long one. I don't know, 50, 60 episodes, I'm not sure, or more even. And then putting another complementary gameplay series. I don't know. We'll see how it goes throughout the time will tell, as usual. But yeah, the news. We got some interesting stuff. Apparently, Xbox is blocking the use of unofficial accessories, including controllers on consoles. This basically for it's not Microsoft itself on PC, which it will be unheard of. But I think it's some kind of software bug to a certain degree. Even though this bug really basically at the moment doesn't prohibit people playing with their already controllers that are not licensed per se. But yeah, supposedly the warning says it started November 12th. It will no longer allow unauthorized third-party accessories, which its controllers and anything else like headsets, things, and I suppose wheels also, and all kind of stuff, to be used on consoles like the Xbox X, Series X and S. But this one is specifically aimed at the wireless controllers. I at the moment I have to assume that it's kind of like an update that the Xbox did, and was like a time thing there. But yeah, it's a little bit weird. Even though that there are a lot of third-party at least controllers and peripherals that are supported by Microsoft itself. Mainly it's about the wireless communication protocol stuff there. I think they're one of their concerns per se is they make use of specialized security controls. I don't know what that means. It's pretty vague. Bluetooth is a security protocol as wireless itself, so I don't know what they are trying to tell here. Yeah, I really don't know what they're trying to tell here. I think it's kind of an excuse here. I don't know if they're going to solve this situation, but if they don't, I assume there is kind of a pressure that is being put on the consumer without the reason to be, because third-party kind of controllers, they just, if they really want, they don't need to pass through this kind of process that they have to be kind of allowed to say, or compatible with the Xbox ecosystem, and they just do. I assume they might copy the like the frequencies and everything. And I suppose in terms of software, when you plug in being a wireless control, the dongle stuff, I think it's you can pass through that kind of easily, because the jailbreaks and everything, I assume that it's very easy to do without can be more tricky without kind of breaking the law to a certain degree. But yeah, it's putting a strain on consumers, because a lot of people just, if they want to buy like an Nexus controller or something like that, they will go for a cheaper one. And of course the premium ones, given for example the Xbox like the Elite controller, I think it's called Elite 2 or whatever, they can be very expensive, and the authorized third-party controllers also can be a little bit more expensive, especially the ones that you can customize a lot of stuff, the skin of the controller itself and other stuff. And people usually just want a cheap controller to play some games and try to relax, and when you appear with these kind of things, it can be a little bit scary, because you didn't steal the controller per se to use it. It is putting a strain on consumers without the need to. Basically, that's my thought. I just hope this is like a software bug that was basically timed code to activate at a certain time, or somebody forgot to disable that timed warning or something like that. But yeah, we'll see. I will try to follow up on the story, because there is like no big official response of what they are going to do. They just say that they are using specialized security protocols and whatever. Yeah, there is no comprehensive response regarding this issue. Regarding follow-up of the some rumors that were happening about Kioxia and Western Digital making a merger with, if that could happen, it will be like they will have basically like a monopoly in terms of how they flash memories and storage. They could control a huge margin. But yeah, they were going about it, and SQ Enix wasn't very happy, and they just object to the deal, and so this was fall through. SQ Enix has some interest in I think Kioxia, yeah, because of its investments on Kioxia, because supposedly Western Digital will have, if they were to be merged, they will have like 50% of control of the new company, and I assume that SQ Enix was not very happy about it, because supposedly their like share would decrease to a certain degree. But yeah, it's good. It's good they didn't do the merger. I don't like very much mergers, because you can create a behemoth of a monster of a company that can take over the industry, whatever industry it is. And this one is a very competitive one. The like the flash memories and this kind of storage chips and everything. So it's good to be an healthy and very competitive one, or else you will start to get the prices ramping up, because if you have like one guy that basically does a lot of these chips, they can kind of control the prices here, because they have huge numbers. It's a game of numbers basically, kind of similar with the Xbox Activision acquisition stuff. And regarding that, I don't understand these new sites. They sometimes they just lack of a better word at the moment, they just simp for the companies, telling that Harebrained schemes will be the perfect next acquisition. They just wrap up one huge merger or acquisition, in this case of Activision Blizzard, which is at this moment in time not one of the best companies in terms of gaming. All the things from Overwatch to the Call of Duty games to the I think also Destiny 2, it's not in good hands now, and Diablo 4. Yeah, those games are not in very good shape now. when you try just to squeeze every cent out of your customer and forget about for them to take like a good time playing the game. But yeah, basically Harebrained Schemes was the guys that launched the Lamplighters League. It's not been a very financial success. That's why the developer, the publisher, the Paradox separate from them. They were acquired in 2018 by $7.5 million. I think it's around here on the article. I remember reading that. But yeah, they said it's an excellent opportunity. I think the justification they give it here, it's one of those that they worked before with some IPs that are now owned by Microsoft, or they were owned also at the time by Microsoft, which is the BattleTech game and this one, Shadowrun Trilogy. They did those games. They developed those games, and they were pretty good. I think BattleTech is one of those that it's in my interest in playing the game itself. It seems very interesting, very in line with what I like to play. But yeah, and they justify this mainly because of they already worked with some IPs, and they now with kind of the budget of Microsoft. People think that these companies have unlimited amount of money. I think Microsoft already, after buying this, I think they will start to ramp up prices. They already start ramping up prices on their Xbox Game Pass, and for sure, I don't know how they're going to deal with like DLC stuffs and everything. How they're going to the schemes of pricing for example, on the Activision games. I think they have to do a lot of cleanup in that studio there. And try to smooth out and see what kind of franchises they need to start fine-tuning to be more attractive to the players again. But yeah, regarding this one, Harebrained Scheme Studio or developer, they are very knowledgeable more on like RPGs and CRPGs kind of a thing there. They give the justification, I don't know, doing a AAA treatment on these games. People forget that games are not only about graphics. It's the enjoyment that you have playing the game itself. And RPG is more about mechanics and lore and dialogue and when they has dialogue. But it's more about those kind of things than the just pretty graphics. I think BattleTech is not like a huge thing, but I think I tried Shadowrun a long time ago, and I quite enjoyed the game. I enjoyed the lore and everything, and the graphics not that excellent. So it's a matter of enjoyment of the game itself. But yeah, continuing. Even though, for example, Xbox now has under their belt. They have all of this from Ninja Theory and Dead Labs, Compulsion Games, Playground Games, Exile Entertainment, Obsidian, Double Fine, and plus all the ZeniMax stuff. ZeniMax, which is part of Bethesda also, and ABK, which I assume it's the latest Activision Blizzard. I don't know why they just spell it out. They spell out all the studios, and they don't spell it out this one. But yeah, and again, should spell it out everything. But yeah, I don't know. They have, for example, Exile and Obsidian. They are good RPG makers, even though I think they are focusing in other stuff at the moment. I know Exile has that Clockwork, whatever it is, Revolution, something like that. Obsidian, I think, is working on the second game of the... Oh my god, I forgot the name. Supposedly it's around here, the name of the game. The Outer Worlds 2. But yeah, why don't they just do... why do you have to do an acquisition of these kind of things? I don't understand the hungry for this, being so chill for acquisitions and everything. It's not good. Only having like 2 maximum 3 players on this kind of market per se, on this scene, it's not good news. You need more. competition is not a competitive market is not free guys competing for everything. It's more than that. But yeah, hopefully they go around Harebrained schemes, because the Shadowrun trilogy and the BattleTech, and I think even though it's not a financial success, I think from what I've been seeing, the Lamplighters League, it's a pretty good game, for very similar to what they already worked with. Even though usually the issue is the new IP, and I don't think they did a good marketing campaign. Mainly that falls on Paradox. The launch window, I don't remember which games were they launched in between. Maybe that was an issue, but yeah, I think the marketing campaign wasn't that good. I didn't see a lot of stuff there. What I saw, I was looking for. It is something that already was on my wish list, so I was always checking out to see if there was updates there. But yeah, the game seems pretty good, and I hope if they do like a promo stuff, like a deal or something like that, I think it might boost a little bit. But yeah, it's one of those games that might get lost in the shuffle, but it is what it is. Hopefully they don't get acquisition, doesn't happen, or if it does by like a smaller kind of publisher, I think it suits better, and give them kind of a budget and give them free creative reign to do the things that they need to do. Regarding continuing with studios, supposedly now FromSoftware is recruiting a lot of developers for multiple projects. It's always good to see. Again, they didn't do any bad game at the moment from software, even from the old days. And I really do enjoy Dark Souls. I still need to get around and playing. Oh my god, Bloodborne I will not play because it's on console basically. But at least Sekiro and Elden Ring. And afterwards, for sure, I will give it a try. Armored Core, even though it's not really my kind of thing. It's usually very quick-paced games. It gets me a lot of very confused. I like to have time to think about things and the strategy that I want to do. It's like first-person shooters. It has to be like an RPG, more slower, even like something like that. I don't like very fast-paced like Call of Duty stuff. It's too much for me. It's an overload on the thing. It's just shooting it all over the place. It's more about, it's not a skill set thing. It's a reactions thing, and it only works when you are younger, basically. But yeah, all these positions basically are open here. So I don't know. If you're one of those people that watch these videos and has one of these skill sets, I think it's a good opportunity to try out. And it's, of course, the webpage, it's there. It's not just a rumor. It's basically official. They didn't do a lot of thing, but they don't need to do a lot of publicity around it. It's one of those beloved studios. I just hope this doesn't the fact that the influx of huge amounts of people on the studio doesn't dilute the talent per se, or even degrades too much the quality of the games itself. Hideki Miyazaki, he will still be head of the studio. It will not just the only thing is he's not going to be like directly involved in all the games that the studio will put out. I think they will have his own projects that he wants to deal, and it has peoples of trust, like Armored Core. It's Hideki Miyazaki was at the beginning, but afterwards he passed reins to the guy that did basically the combat stuff for Sekiro, if not mistaken. I don't quote me on that. But yeah, people of trust that he knows they have good skill sets to do whatever game that it's going to be made, and for sure he will have like I think I saw an interview where he said that he's not going to be directing a lot of more games. I think he's going to take his time, because the way he does games is more introspective to a certain degree, if you think about it, and the themes that he wants to approach. A lot of them, I think Elden Ring is like the culmination of a lot of those aspects that he likes to reflect and put the games into, but I'm sure he will find something that might inspire him to do another game and be at least as good as Dark Souls franchise and even Elden Ring here. But yeah, continuing with Capcom, with studios, got Capcom supposedly is going to has an announced major title is coming before March 2024. Again, a lot of speculation. This comes from basically Q&A. We don't know if there's going to be a Monster Hunter. There might be some reasons for that, mainly because it will sync up kind of before around that timetable. Supposedly they're starting to celebrate 20 years of Monster Hunter, and the last one, Monster Hunter Rise, they did the last DLC, I think it was last year. Sunbreak. I don't know if they're going to have like a new game for this or something like that. I'm not sure. The Resident Evil, I'm not sure, because this year Resident Evil 4 remake was launched. Resident Evil Village, I'm not sure, 2021 I think. Really not sure. 2021, 2022, I'm not sure. Yeah, it doesn't tell here when it launched. It tells Resident Evil Village. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to be something like that or like a new remake or something. I don't think the only one that might get some attention is like Resident Evil 5, but was not one of the best games there. And a new one maybe, if I don't know, if Resident Evil was like 2 years ago, still 2 years between main series, I don't know. We'll see. They have also Devil May Cry stuff there, and Capcom, the Exo Primal, I think it's part of their library. It's already launched this year, so yeah, it's a little bit speculation at this moment, but I think most probably Monster Hunter, maybe with the if they manage to get around, because I covered the Resident Evil engine kind of things, the tweaks they are making, especially to deal better with open world games. I don't know if they already went about it, and maybe Monster Hunter kind of a game might be in line for that, but yeah, it's a lot of speculation here. And yeah, basically in terms of news, that's it. I'm just going to wrap up with some gaming deals. We still have the Evil Within 2 for free until the 2nd of November, so around 3 more days if not mistaken. Yeah, pretty decent game, especially because it's free. Even if it's not free in a good deal, I think it's a well worth playing game. You get a lot of fun out of it if you with some minor annoyances here, but I think it's about the engine and the fact that it's already from 2017. It might have some influence on that. But in Steam we got some deals. We got a lot of deals here. I'm just covering a few of them. We got Atomic Heart 44% off. This one's finished in 2nd November. We got Black Mesa 80% off, so $3 I think is well worth it. I think this remake is made in it's the remake of the first game with the engine of the second one, which is the Source engine. I think it is from at least from Valve at the moment. I don't know if they're going to launch like an updated Source engine kind of a thing there, hopefully in the near future. We got Plague Tale, the 2 games. The first one is 80% off, and yeah, the bundle is not it's not on deal. You got 80% on the first and 50% on the second one. Yeah, the package is not worth it. Buy it individually on sale. I think they should take advantage of it, but yeah, it is what it is. We got also Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, so the first one. It's 75% off. You got a bundle from the second ones, the Survivor here. By itself it's 45% off, given the base version of the deluxe version. I assume this one is better suited, 55%, the bundle here, it gets cheaper. Yeah, it gets a little bit more cheaper if you buy the bundle than to buy individually if you don't have any of those. And finally we got Days Gone. Seems very underrated game. Kind of open world zombie single player apocalypse biker stuff here. The PC port itself is pretty good, like widescreen support and a lot of stuff there. And of course FOVs, all that stuff. I think it's a very good PC port, and the game itself is very underrated. As you can see, very positive reviews since it launched, at least on Steam, and even on PS5. I think this is already from PS5. It got good reviews, but yeah, a lot of people didn't play it, did miss out. I don't know if it was the fact that it was like biker stuff, if people got turned off a little bit, but I think the mechanics on the motorcycles and everything is excellent, and the main story also. And yeah, basically this is it for the deals and the news for today. I'm just going to wrap up with the plug on my Patreon here for extra support if you can. Basically it's at the moment for storage. My main issue is storage at the moment, mainly for having backups of the projects that I do for my private clients, and of course space for having the videos that I do for the channel. At the moment that's my main urgency regarding those the PC stuff here. And hope you have a wonderful day. I will see you in the next one. Until then, Kunamy Master out.